Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Home Buyers Clubhouse. Hey,
Hey,
ladies.
Nicole.
Hey,
I
we got a
missed
full house
y'all.
today.
I
Yes.
missed y'all. It's been a minute. How y'all doing?
Good.
Everybody good?
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot
Yes,
better than
y'all. Look,
yesterday.
it's Winning Wednesday. To everybody, to our audience out there, welcome to the Home Buyers Clubhouse. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I am a Triangle Realtor with A to Z Realty. Miss Nikki, introduce yourself, sweetie.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nikki. I'm from the Charlotte area. I'm a realtor with EXP. Look forward to seeing you.
Erica, introduce yourself, sweetie.
Hey, I am Erica Batts. I am a loan officer with New American Funding.
Hey, audience, can y'all hear me okay out there? Can y'all hear me okay? I got my fan going on in the background. Takia, TT, Kiki, introduce yourself, sweetie.
I'm Takia Ward, realtor in the Maryland, D.C. area.
Miss Crawford, Nicole. Hello, dearie. New
Hi,
lady.
everybody.
Hi, girl.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole Crawford out of the Greensboro Triad area, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty.
And Samantha.
I am Samantha Harding. I'm a loan officer at Mortgage Solutions Financials.
Y'all, we got a full house today, ladies. It's been a minute. How y'all doing?
Yes.
Audience, how y'all doing out there? Look, y'all, today it's Winning Wednesday. You know, we got a lot of wins that we need to talk about, but we ain't even going to discuss that right now. Y'all know me. I always try to get out of our politics. Audience, drop y'all wins in the box below. And I have one more question for y'all. Look, it's a lot been going on in the media, and I try not to get in it. I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to discuss what's going on in the media. But the question is, because we always talking about health, wellness, and mental health and all this other stuff. The question is, y'all, was Will Smith wrong? what y'all think? Do y'all think Will Smith was wrong? Audience, was he wrong? Should he not? What y'all think? Well, how y'all feel about the whole Will Smith Chris Rock situation? Y'all don't want to talk about it?
Ooh.
That's a
Well,
lot.
you can't put your hands on people.
That's exactly it.
But it shows that these celebrities are human and they have a great point as well. Just because you see the fancy things, the money, and like they're living like the perfect life, there is no perfect life. So, I mean, it was bad what he did, but it shows that he's human too. So, and
Our
Chris Rock for not retaliating and not pressing charges. Most importantly.
exactly.
Amen to
I will
that.
say
Exactly.
that I will say that I agree. I don't feel like he was wrong for defending his wife. I do feel like he was wrong for putting his hands on Chris. Like he could have said, "Hey, I'm gonna talk about this later." Like there were several different ways that he could have handled that, but he let emotions get the best of him. Um, and that's what the situation is because I don't think that Chris was aware of the issue that it
Right.
was alopecia, all of those things. But yes, I will say that I feel like Will was wrong for putting his hands on Chris.
Our Facebook user said yes, he was. Hey, Facebook users, our audience out there, you guys, click on the link at the top so we can see who you are. Drop your name in the box below so we'll know who we're talking to. But
That
yeah,
that is Miss Dora Epps' person.
Dora Epps,
Yep, Dora Epps'
awesome,
person.
awesome, Miss Dora, thank you, ma'am, thank you. All right, Takia, what are your thoughts on it, honey?
So my thoughts are, I do think he was wrong for going out. Of course, like we say, you shouldn't put your hands on anybody. And I actually looked at it as like at first, because I didn't know about her condition either. And I remember a few years ago, my mom had alopecia in the center of her head, in the crown of her head, and she went to the doctor and she got it taken care of. But I didn't know that she had those issues. And at the beginning, when he made the joke, Will laughed.
Right.
And then, Jada, she, smirked, and we could tell that it hit a nerve when the camera panned to her. And I just think that he reacted out of what she said. I mean, I feel like she gave a look. They said we didn't see that, but she gave a look to him that made him get up there. And I mean, I just didn't think that a joke warranted that. And I mean, and I didn't, for me, I didn't see that much wrong with because G.I. Jane, like, Demi Moore was badass in that.
Right.
And it was like a strong person. And I didn't think that he meant any harm by it. Because, or why would he know? Because we have a lot of African American women now that are shaving off their hair.
Right,
And
right.
you would not know that. You know, we have a lot. So I don't think that he was malicious in that.
All right, Facebook, YouTube, let us know. Do you think that Will Smith was wrong? Nicole, what are your thoughts?
Whew, we definitely don't retaliate in violence. I think that was the biggest thing. But for me, I asked the question was, if the person telling that joke was a different person, would you have reacted the same way? Because there was a moment to think about how he reacted. Because our first reaction was to laugh. And even though it struck a nerve, a lot of times we've had those same platforms to be able to educate people. We could have took that same moment and used it as an education piece afterwards. But to smack him in that moment, we were coming together to celebrate a win for you, for something that was monumental. So it has been belittled to a moment of being smacked, and nobody really is talking about you winning the Oscar at all. So I think I understand and I get what everybody's saying about him defending his wife, because we want our men to be there to defend us, but in that moment might not have been the best moment, especially not to raise your hand to another black man.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree with you, Nicole.
Samantha?
I agree with what all you guys said. At first, I thought the joke, like, I thought she would be a wonderful G.I. Jane. Like, so I didn't look too deep into it. I was like, oh man, she really would. After seeing her in Low Down Dirty Jane, I thought it'd be cool. And I mean, I don't agree. Like, he could have reacted differently. And I feel like, unfortunately, that moment overshadowed his win. And that's the sad part. Like, yeah, we was complaining a couple years ago about not having enough black people, and boom, you got one, and this is how it happens. So,
and not just him, but you had a black producer, you had other black hosts and things like that. So everything else has been overshadowed by this one moment.
Exactly. And I'll also say that it was also overshadowed by, like you said, bringing awareness to the issue, the alopecia, the focus was now taken off of Jada and how she may have felt and what she could have said. Because I don't think she came out to say anything until yesterday. So she didn't get a chance to really voice or express how she felt in that moment.
So for me, I knew about, Jada's issue or whatever, because I seen it on Instagram and how she came out about it. But I know a lot of people didn't know about it. So instantly, and I know the audience knew. That's why some of them was like, oh, or, when he said it in a way, but like you said, Will Smith, he laughed at first, but he was like, oh, snap. Wifey mad, because Jada was instantly like, oh, snap. I got to hear about this when I get home. So he had to go up there, show his tail just a little bit or whatever. I do not agree with him slapping him or whatever, because I do feel like he did it to defend his wife in a way, but he did it to kind of save himself in a way. So, yeah. But I understood where he came from. Like, yo, you are a man. You picking on my wife. She's emotional. She's sensitive about this situation. Walk up. But like you said, Chris Rock didn't know what was about to happen. He was just kind of like in shock, like, yo, what's going on? But I applaud Chris Rock for not reacting, because that could have been a crazy fight on stage or whatever. And like you said, if it was anybody else, they would have been up there fighting, and it just would have been like, y'all, we ain't even gonna get invited.
It would have set us back for real. If they both would have fought, I would have been embarrassed, and I didn't have nothing to do.
It would have been the hip hop awards all over again.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get invited to the cookout no more. Period.
Look, somebody else said that he wouldn't have slapped none of the kings of comedy like that.
None of them.
Somebody brought up a really interesting point that I did not think about, is that did Jada have a fault in all of this?
I felt I felt like she probably told him a few times, you don't never defend me. They always saying stuff about me and blah 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 blah. You don't never defend me. You need to do it.
I definitely think that could have been. It made me wonder because that's not in his character. Maybe in Philly it might have been, but I think
he's been that Philly dude in a long time.
Right. I think there's something going on behind closed doors with them two in their marriage. There was a lot of talking going on with her and her entanglements and all that. And it almost, I don't want to go too deep because I don't want anybody to jump on me, but
I would say that
is he happy in his marriage? Or I know he's made a lot of comments. I'm staying in it no matter what. Like so, no matter what, entanglements, whatever. You're just staying in it. But are you happy?
But for me, when I saw it, I instantly knew, that was out of character for him. And I didn't want to talk about it online or on my page or any of that because I just didn't want to do it. Even before everybody else was posting and talking about it. And I saw it. And my thing was pray for our men because we never know what our men are dealing with behind the scenes. We don't know what Jada's putting in his ear. We don't know what he deals with outside of what we see in person or whatever. And, and like I said, I've been kind of following his story even prior to all of this, with this book, they have everything coming, all that stuff coming out and all the other stuff. And I kind of read his story that he had in a magazine a few months ago or whatever. But one of his things was I saw on Instagram, somebody posted, a piece about his book or whatever, how he's always felt like a coward his entire life or whatever. Started at the age of 9 when he saw his dad beating his mama or whatever, and he couldn't do anything to stand up for her or whatever. And he felt like a coward, and he spent the rest of his life apologizing to his mom because at that moment he couldn't do anything to defend her. And this is in his book prior to tonight. So, when he saw Jada, that night, when he saw Jada's response, I felt like look, because they talk about a lot how he defend people behind the scenes. Y'all don't see that in the public eye or whatever. Behind the scenes, he's defending people constantly or whatever. But that night, it could have been handled differently. But I see where he came from, and I felt like that was all part of his mental health, and that's what our topic is about today: is mental health, because our men, they deal with stuff every freaking day.
And that goes to the word of therapy. Is he getting therapy? Is he against therapy? Is your wife, helping you through therapy? We don't know, but that's something where you need therapy. You need counseling.
But right. And that's where I'm trying to kind of go right now. As far as, as our audience or whatever, because, in our neighborhood, we don't talk about counseling and therapy and pray about it. Just pray about it. Pray about it. We don't talk about this stuff because if you're going to counseling, if you're going to therapy, you looked at like something's wrong with you or whatever. But that's how we really need to. Huh?
Yeah, we angry. A lot of folks is angry. We got a lot to be angry about. So we just don't know how to handle it. Hence what happened the other day.
Yeah,
I agree that we do need mental health. You never know what you're gonna do or what you're gonna say is gonna affect somebody or trigger someone else's emotions, and it could be something that absolutely had nothing to do with you.
Absolutely,
but because you said something and triggered them, now they feel a certain type of way.
And look, and for me, I talk about this a lot here. I grew up tough, my family, we crack jokes, we talk about you, we laugh, kiki, ha, 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 ha. We got tough skin. Like, we talking junk about everybody and everything. That's just us, and we mean no harm about it or whatever. But after I married my husband and I kind of learned, getting into management, everybody's different. Everybody, they may not have tough skin. They may not get, you may not get offended very easily, but that next person gets offended. You could be like, girl, what's going on? You feel like what's going on with your hair today or whatever. You think you're helping her because you're her friend and you feel like you can talk to her about it, but she may get offended by it. So a lot of people, they deal with stuff differently. They process things differently or whatever. And I talked about this last night, with my daughter, how after when both of my grandparents passed away like months apart, that turned into anger. As a kid, she don't know how to deal with it. But I see grown folks who do the same exact thing. They are angry. They don't know how to process it. They they have anxiety. They don't know how to process it, and it turns into anger and into other issues. So with my daughter, I saw that early, caught it early, and I got her therapy and I got her counseling, and that's exactly what it was. It was her anxiety, which turns into anger, which turns into other things, because she don't know how to process it. She don't know how to talk about it, and she don't know what to do. And I don't want her to carry that into adulthood. So
I also think that we have a group of our population of men that have been brought up to say, suck it up, get over it, and don't cry.
Yeah.
You top that with, we don't go to counseling and we don't seek help. So most men have been taught all their lives to get over it really quickly, suck it up. And who do you talk to? Nobody. So you keep that on the inside of you. So therapy is just, for a lot of our culture, I'm going to say therapy has just become the trend and the fad for a lot of us to be okay with going, because it was never a popular thing for us to go seek help outside of the church. So you have a whole generation of people that are dealing with stuff on the inside of them and talking to nobody. And to top that with being famous, and now your whole life is everybody's business. That has to be a lot of pressure. And we all say, I really truly feel like he could have handled it differently. And we could definitely see that they've had some mental things going on. If you look at it before the entanglement came on, you kind of look at their life as a whole and what they put out there for the public, you can kind of tell there's some things that they've been dealing with on the inside of that a household that probably needed some help a long time ago.
Definitely.
I will agree with that.
And it all just came to light.
Yeah, and definitely about the not having, like, a lot of men are taught not to be emotional. Just like, look at, when we all saw him crying on the Red Table Talk, it was within a matter of minutes. There was all kind of memes about him with the ugly crying face.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, yeah, but this man is going through something. Even though I feel like that we have to remember the Red Table Talk is not a live thing. So they could have cut out whatever they wanted to. So he was okay with showing himself in that light.
Definitely.
Yeah, he looked really hurt. Like, I seen hurt parts of him. Like she's casual about her. Like, she sounds pretty open about her experiences that she lets out to the public. But it doesn't seem like, if that was my husband and I'm not that open. I don't know if I could want the world to see my husband in that way. And I feel like that kind of compiled with what happened with August Alsina, all this stuff. And now it's kind of come to a front where he was put under fire, it seems, and he had to deal with it. Like, everybody's talking about how much he was a punk when he was being in the entanglement, crying and whatnot.
So everybody's bringing it up.
Yeah, his shoulders all right.
It's a lot on his shoulders, and well, y'all already talked about that, how we suffer in silence a lot. Men, period. Like, men. Like I said, you got the black men, and then you're a black man on top of that. Are you sitting up straight? You're trying not to look too thug. You're trying not to be profiled by the police. You're trying this, you're trying that. It's tough. It's tough for our men out there in that world. And like I said, he's gotten a lot of strong roles, a lot of white roles or whatever, but still, he still got to play the part. We still have to be extra for everybody else, for the media, and for everybody around us. A lot of people don't look at Will as he's this dude from Philly. He's not, to the public eye. They've always looked at him as somebody completely different, because if they looked at him as a thug, he probably wouldn't get half of the roles that he's gotten. So he have to put on a good face. But we all go through stuff.
So even though he was a rapper, he's not the traditional rapper. He's the the kind of the whitewashed rapper. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's hip hop, but he's clean hip hop or things like that. Yeah, so he's the Fresh Prince, whereas that ain't Bone Thugs and Harmony.
It ain't Tupac. It ain't Tupac either.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
It ain't that Tupac.
But then I think also, with Jada putting all of her stuff out there, now he could have the same stuff going on. He could have had entanglements and we just don't know about it. Definitely. But because she's putting hers out there, that makes it just seem so much worse. It seems like that she's never standing up for him. She's always putting him out there and have him looking crazy.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to do. It's like, you never want your partner to go out and embarrass your partner.
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Well, in my opinion about that whole thing, the whole Jada Will thing, in my opinion, because like I said, right after Will had his book come out, Will had his other things, and he sat down. It's not like it was live and it just leaked or anything like that.
Exactly.
They actually talked about sitting down at the red table and doing all this other stuff because they wanted it out there to kind of set the stage for everything else, because Will was turning the age he's turning or whatever, and he's at that age where it's like, okay, like Denzel Washington said, when he turned, I don't know Will's age no more. I can't think about it. I read it. When he turned this age right here, it was just like, whatever, F it. I don't care. F it. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do whatever. And I don't care what anybody have to say about it. And that's where he is. And that's it.
Well, if he was there, he wouldn't have been around slapping folks, because obviously he ain't really that far there. Because if he didn't care, he wouldn't have been out there slapping folks, because he would have said, oh, that's cool. And he could have went up there like Mr. Brown did when they was clowning him and his wife. You know, he went on stage on one of them awards and they acted a fool. But, you know, it was funny, but he defended his wife in a better way. Although, you know, it was
Right.
I agree.
Really,
I agree.
to me,
I
I think, you know, people, myself included, some things trigger me back to my past. We really got to get over the past and move forward. It's really, really holding you back. It's making you look a certain type of way that you don't want to look. I mean, we got to get past it. We have to.
Oh yeah, I
You
see
have to.
grown people. They still mad at their mama for not allowing them to do stuff when they were a kid. You know, when are you gonna stop blaming other people? You know, for things for our past. Get you some counseling, and we need to work on it, y'all.
Yeah.
We
But
really
I
do.
also just want to point out that look how many people are now talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock. When is the last time anybody has spent this much time talking about either of them or the Oscars?
Exactly.
You haven't, but now people have been talking about this for at least 2 days, and
Yes.
you know, talking about, oh my God, did you see this? Like, I didn't even see it, but you know, so the Oscars are benefiting from this.
I thought
Because
it was
now people
staged
are
at first. I really thought it was staged.
I
I think
absolutely
that
did.
a
And I
lot
was
of
just
people
like,
thought
oh,
it was staged.
they so crazy.
It was like delayed, but then he cussed on there, and I was like, okay, well, this is real.
That's not Will. Will don't curse.
Right. And it was just kind of like, oh, wait a minute. And I think the audience kind of thought that way as well, because at first everybody was kind of laughing, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, y'all. I
Wait,
think this
is this
the
real?
thing.
This is raw.
They came out with a movie.
Right.
I did see one meme that was kind of funny. It said, it was Kanye's picture, and it said, and you guys kicked me out of the
Right.
You guys didn't want me to come.
Bad Boys 4 on the rise.
Look, they said 2020 the Oscar ratings were down. This year they were a little bit higher, but I can guarantee next year everybody's going to be watching the Oscars.
But that's what I mean. Was it staged? Because we don't look at the Oscars. So
Right.
did you like put us out there so you could get more views next year to see what's going to happen? I'm still not going to watch it. I don't watch it.
Well, nobody's still going to watch it, but they are watching the replays. So now when you
Yes.
look at that particular clip, so that's part of the Oscars. And so now you could say, oh my God, the Oscars have been watched 4 million times, whereas the last 2-3 years, it was watched 400,000 times or whatever it was. But now, because people are watching this clip, oh my gosh, it's, you know, everybody's watching the Oscars. Ain't nobody watching it.
I mean, Will Smith is a great actor. So.
Exactly. And that's what I said, even with the Red Table Talk thing, and you know, he was crying or whatever, he may have been hurt, but y'all got to remember these people are actors.
He's a great actor.
To do.
He was really good in King Arthur. Love that movie.
Right.
And which movie would you say, Nikki?
I said he was really good in King Arthur.
King Richard.
I haven't even seen it yet.
I was like, what's King Arthur?
It's King Richard. That's the flower, girl. That's the flower.
That's why we never seen it.
I was like, I ain't never seen that one.
Sorry.
But look, y'all, for real though. Look, we really don't care about the whole Will and Chris Rock situation. Today, our biggest thing is mental health and mental health awareness. We definitely, we talk about self-care here a lot. We always talk about your mental health and all of that. So there are free resources if you are working on your job. And if you feel like you're going through some stuff, whether it's in your marriage, whether it's with yourself mentally or whatever, if you work a 9-to-5, most jobs offer free services. You can have at least 5 counseling sessions, 6 counseling sessions, depending on what they offer, if you feel like you can't afford it. Also, if you have low income, they have free resources out there as well. So look, you guys, you don't have to suffer in silence. Talk to someone. And it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to care about yourself. And it's okay to take that alone time and do some self-care, because it's mental health and your self-care is very, very, very important. And the biggest thing is it's okay to say no and say, I need some help. Somebody say something.
I want to add on to that for all the 9-to-5ers out there. There is short-term disability. Use it. If you need a break from work, use it. You go get a write-up from your doctor. You don't even have to tell your job anything. Just tell HR, I'm having a mental breakdown, or you just need time, and be done with it. You don't owe an explanation or anything. So use the services. You're paying into it.
And I will say there's nothing wrong with getting therapy, because, you know, like Jesse was saying, a lot of us were raised that, oh no, don't be telling everybody your business or all of those things. There are counselors out there that, if you prefer a person of color, there are organizations that will help you find a therapist of color, so that you can get the help that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I have one that's culturally, well, since my parents are both immigrants, I have a culturally aware therapist or something like that, I think they're called. But they're really good. Like, you can go and be open, and you don't have to worry about the other person judging you or the impact of their relationship with you. So that's the wonderful thing about a therapist. They're not your friend. Their life doesn't depend on you or anything like that. So you can be free as you want to be. You can tell them the sky is purple, and they be like, oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I enjoy my therapy sessions, y'all. It's really cool.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I go like they talk about things that are culturally appropriate, like, you know, damage that comes with migrating to America from other places that trickle down to how you view things and all that type of stuff. It's still within you, even if you don't acknowledge it. So
Definitely.
I'll be there hanging out.
Definitely. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to add before we go?
Yes, I want y'all to know Nicole Crawford looks amazing over there in her car.
Girl, hair. Look, we try to be good, y'all. We start off rough. We try to end on a good note. You always
She had her birthday celebration. We got her hair done. They had her some vacation time. Look at her with the glow.
Now that was therapy for real, because Nicole did what, landed at the beach on Friday and did absolutely nothing for 3 days. And when I say nothing, I did check in with my clients just a little bit, but I stayed in bed on Saturday till 4:00.
I can't believe it.
It blessed my whole entire soul. I came back on Monday like this. I'm ready to kill it. Who buying a house? Who's ready to buy a house? Okay.
I love it, Nicole.
Look, Nicole, I was telling you that earlier today. I was like, look, they was like, everybody look like they sleep besides Jesse. I was like, look, I took off the weekend. I came in Monday. I came in office on Tuesday and today. I'm so proud of myself, because Monday I never make it. So yes, honey.
Well, they're talking about, like, even when we were talking about self-care, sometimes you need that break. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, I'm just not going to work, but I'm still going to stay home. But then you think about all the things you need to do. And I feel like we feel guilty because you're sitting on the couch watching TV and you got laundry that need to be done. You're like, oh, wait, I need to be doing this. I need to be doing this. But when you go on vacation, you are doing absolutely nothing but just vacationing.
It's hard. It's hard when you're self-employed to just vacation. But I'm proud of you, Nicole, because that's tough. That's tough. I'm telling you, it's tough not to do anything.
Right. It is hard. And for me, I knew I was coming to a point that it was time for me to take a break, because I was starting to wear my feelings on the outside, because I felt like I was looking down all the time. But I was at that point where the next person that asked me a question or didn't do what I needed them to do was going to catch it. So to save plenty of people's lives, I just went ahead and took a break.
Right. She said they was going to
Nicole saving lives every day, y'all. She's saving lives every day. Y'all take your break. Mental health awareness again. Take your break. All right. Well, good. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. All right, y'all. So look. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a Triangle Realtor with A to Z Realty. You can reach me at 919-818-9854. Nicole. I mean, Nikki. Sorry.
Again, I'm Nicole Wright, aka Nikki. I'm a Charlotte realtor with EXP. You can reach out to me here on the Clubhouse or the Right Realtor on Facebook.
Erica.
Hey, I am Erica Batts. I am your loan officer at New American Funding. You can reach me at 919-608-7916.
TT.
I am Takia Ward, a realtor with Keller Williams in the Maryland, D.C. area, and you can reach me at 240-513-7996.
Nicole.
I am Nicole Crawford. I'm with Keller Williams Realty out of the Greensboro Triad area, and I can be reached on my cell. It's 336-457-3007.
Sam, I am.
I am Samantha Harding. I can be reached at 919-374-0260 and here at the Clubhouse.
And people, for those of you guys who don't know how to reach us, we are the Home Buyers Clubhouse. You can find us on Facebook at Home Buyers Clubhouse, YouTube. Hey, look, y'all, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look, we were giving away $100 for people that invited at least 50 people. For every 50 people you get to get added into, I don't even know what I was saying. But anyway, you get another $100 if you invite people to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I have not released that information yet, but you are the first to know. So go in our group, invite, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. Anyway, y'all can reach us at www.thehomebuyersclubhouse.com. You guys have a good day. I'll see you guys on Friday. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.